Okay, so if you were talking to a follower or a subscriber here, I hope you're subscribed, by the way. And if you were talking to the person behind the camera and you would give him tips, he wants to start posting videos on Instagram and he or she wants to grow their Instagram. What would you say to them? Like, what is your greatest tip if you can give them 3 tips?
I mean, the first tip would probably just get started, or just do it. Maybe that meme is too old, I don't know. But yeah, just upload content, like build up a routine. I think that's the most difficult part, because even if anybody can win the lottery and get a big video, but the difficult part is to sustain it. Because even if you get a big video, especially with Instagram, like everybody moves on so fast, so you need to post another video after that. So in the beginning, just build up a routine and start with a realistic one. So don't say to yourself, okay, I'm gonna upload 7 videos a week. Because, I mean, some people might, but it's very difficult to maintain that if you're new to making content. So limit to yourself, like upload once a month. Start there and like really like, I think I heard you talk about this with practice as well. So it's kind of similar.
Yeah, I love that.
With like practice, like don't start practicing 10 hours a day, like start with 10 minutes and then you build from there. It's the same with posting videos. So you need to learn how to make videos, because when you start, you found out there's so many different aspects. Like you need a good angle, you need good lighting, you need a good ID basically.
Yeah.
So start building up a routine, posting once a month, and then once that's comfortable, maybe try twice a month, and then you gradually build from there. So that would be tip number 1. And then tip number 2 would be to don't be afraid to try as many different ideas as possible. Especially now, like back in 2020 or 2019, like on Instagram, just playing was enough. If you were a sick player, you could have a breakthrough. And I'm not saying that that's not possible today, but the market has become so oversaturated. There's so many people playing guitar on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's I think people are kind of tired of it. Like you can only watch so many great players. And the thing with short form content, I think, is people go to Instagram or TikTok to be entertained. They just want that quick dopamine, which that's another video in itself. Yeah. It is what it is, but you have to have that in mind as well. People want to be entertained. So you need to also think of the entertainment aspect of the video. And also, like, you can only, as I talked about earlier, like, people are only going to listen to you play so many times. So you need to but if you're also entertaining or your videos offer something more than just a playing, that gives people a reason to come back. So that's like, think of like a good concept. Like don't be afraid to try different ideas, because you never know what will stick. And even if you don't think it's a good one, like try it anyway. You never know. That's also tips, like write down every single idea you get. Like don't think if it's possible, don't think about if it's good, just write it down, because an idea is an idea.
Yeah.
I had so many ideas where I thought about it and then I was like, no, this is just stupid, but I write it down. And then I come back to it and then when it's been like marinated a little bit, and then I'm like, wait, that might actually work. Like the Guthrie video was a great example of this. Like, I think I took a walk and then I just thought about this concept. Like, maybe I could do like 16 ways to play like Guthrie. I mean, I transcribed quite a bit of him. Just started to think about like different things that he does. But then I thought to myself, no, this is so stupid. I can never do this.
Oh my god.
And then, but I wrote it down, and then it took like a month, and then I was like, no, you know what? I'm gonna try this and see what happens. So that would be number.
And what happened to that video? How many views does that have?
Now it has like 800,000, so it's my second most viewed video.
Okay.
But it was the video that like kind of started it all. But yeah, so it did really well. So I'm glad I tried it.
Yeah, wow.
But, and the third one would be like, don't try and not get discouraged. Like focus on the process more than the result. Because like the followers will come if you put enough time to it, I think. And if you try enough different ideas. But it's kind of funny because like I had my least successful video of all time in March last year. Like got like 60 likes. I never ever, even when I had like 100 followers, like I never gotten anything that low. And I'm not saying that 60 likes is a little bit, but like during my time I had Instagram for like 7 years at that point. No, 6 years. And I never posted anything ever that got that low. So I was like, screw this, like I don't even know what to do anymore, because I just felt like I was just trying and nothing worked. But then the week after, I did my first video that was like list video, where I did 5 legendary guitar player in one video, so it was the first one. and it's like kind of took off from there gradually. So like you never know once you might be onto whether or not you might be onto something enough. So like stick to it, be consistent, and try to appreciate the process. And like be proud of yourself. Like, okay, I'm uploading each month. Like,
love it.
Yeah. So that would be my 3 main tips.
I love that. Like there's so much information in that. So much good information. And I think it reminds me of a book that I read called Atomic Habits. Have you read it?
No, I haven't.
It's one of the books that I like to talk about in this channel, and I also talk about it in Improvisation Made Simple. Buy the course right now. No, but I talk about so basically what Atomic Habits is, and you're basically almost quoting it without knowing it.
Interesting.
But it's focusing on, instead of thinking about the goal, because we're also tied to thinking about a goal all the time. So we always like, oh, I want this many viewers, I want this many subscribers. You always think about that, and then you haven't even started. Instead of thinking about the goal, think about the system. So what is the system? And what you're talking about is stuff started happening when you actually just started a system. You started uploading once a week or once a month, whatever it is. And you don't think about the goal, you just think about the system. The system is basically just upload that video every week or every month. And then do that for a couple of years, and you'll see that, like, if you also like test, if you also like, not only do you upload every week or you just follow a system where you just post content, if you also try to get better every time, then imagine what that's going to be like after 1 or 2 years. Of course you're going to attract more viewers because you've been holding this schedule for so long. So it's like, it just makes a lot of sense that it's so much like that way of thinking just is the best way to become a social media content creator. And another thing with that is that I really like is the fact that once, like we talked about, you can make one viral video, but then if you're not ready for it, then you will just be irrelevant.
Yeah.
And that is also why the system is the best thing. So having a system, even if you're 1 year into making content, you've posted once a week, then if you get a viral video, you will know that you will just continue. You already got the routine down. You've done your troubleshooting. You're ready for it, basically.
Exactly.
You don't want to get a viral video tomorrow and then kind of go on and kind of don't know what to do because you won't be ready for it.
Exactly.
And when you got through Govan video that flew, you were ready for it because you knew that, okay, now I can just continue with my thing that you've already established.
Exactly.
And I think that's just so much value.
Of course. And then 100%. And I think it's interesting because it's kind of like practicing an instrument. Like you need to build a foundation because otherwise you won't be ready for it. Like if you get like a huge gig, like the biggest gig in the world, but you haven't built a foundation, like you might not be ready for it.
Exactly.
But you never know once you get the opportunity. But this is all interesting. But like with all this being said, of course, like luck is a part of it as well. Of course, like I've been lucky because that what I'm doing is continuing to work because you never know, the algorithm could change and then it just stops working. But then you also make your own luck, I think. If you do continue to do it, like then at some point you're going to get lucky.
100%.
Basically. But so it's a mixture of a lot of different things, but the foundation, as you say, definitely needs to be there. But yeah, it's difficult because like a lot of musicians, they just want to practice their instrument, and I was the same way as well. But I think in order to have a career today, like you need to master a lot of different stuff. And with social media, it just opens up so many opportunities, I think, that are very difficult to get from just gigging. Nothing wrong with just gigging, of course, but
100%.
With social media, you can reach the entire world.
Yeah.
Like it's just a different playing field, basically.
100%. I think social media is almost like, what do they say? Like almost like something that in 10 years, like it will be so much part of the norm.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like when the television came. Like it was like some people didn't agree with that being something big. But like in my opinion, social media is like you really have a chance to get on something that can like reach a lot of people.
Yeah.
It can make you a lot of money too, and it's just doing what you love and doing it for a living, and like it's just I don't see why people shouldn't have social media. Like if you're someone that plays guitar too, like or plays an instrument, it's like most of us want to reach an audience, right?
Yeah,
that's usually why we play, and like we love gigging and playing, but like social media is just another way to do it. So it's just just fair point. And
for sure, and one thing does not exclude the other. I feel like a lot of people have the mindset that you're either a gigging musician or you're either a social media guy. But I'm like, why can't you do both? I think both of them help each other. And for example, like you gig and then you film your gigs and then you post it on social media. And like, also like social media like can potentially like get you a lot of gigging opportunities as well. Yeah, so I see no reason why you shouldn't do both. Obviously, it's a lot of work, but like, I think they both help each other. It's not. And I think like in 10 years it's going to get more normalized. It's not going to be one or the other.
100%.
More people are going to do both, I think.
And it's, it will be difficult too. Like you said, it's a lot of work, and it is a lot of work, but it's also like, it gets easier the more you do it.
Yeah.
The more you make it into like just somebody, I feel like the more it just becomes part of your identity, the easier it becomes.
Yeah.
Like just filming videos is just something that I do. Filming videos is just something that you do too.
Yeah.
That makes it easier to stay with the habit too. The more you kind of almost identify yourself with somebody that makes content, it just becomes easier.
For sure, yeah.
So, and that is something he talks about in the book too, Atomic Habits. Yeah,
interesting. I need to read that book.
It's really good. Like I listen to it a lot. And it's so good. It's in Swedish it's called 1% metoden.
Okay.
So it's in Swedish it's called 1%, the 1% method. Yeah. Which literally means you just get 1% better every day, which is just something that people usually say like 1% better every day. But literally it works because it's just about you can do a habit for like if you just start a habit. And you can put so little time into it. Like I started doing that with sight reading.
Oh right, yeah.
And I started doing it for like 2 minutes a day.
Yeah.
But 2 minutes a day sounds little, but then you realize that it's possible if you just set your mind to 2 minutes. Your mind doesn't really object to 2 minutes.
No. And then you usually sit a lot more after that as well.
Exactly. So it's just a gateway into starting the habit. And that is what I tell all my guitar students too. Yeah. To just like get into the habit of just playing every day, even if it's 1 minute, then you've played. So the goal is to just play, do the habit. That is the goal. And I just feel like that's given me so much. And now it was a while ago I practiced sight reading. I'm not gonna lie, I gotta start with a habit again. But then I know what I'm gonna focus on, and that's gonna be the system.
Yeah, live it every day.
As we've talked about.
Yeah, for sure.
So happy to share these stuff with you.
Yeah, likewise, man.
Yeah, so like, so inspiring.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's nice. It's like very interesting to like talk with you, and like we talked about this a little bit earlier. Like, I mean, we met up like 2 years ago, I think. That was before you started your channel. I think you did a little bit of Instagram, I remember.
Yeah.
And like we had a similar discussion back then.
That is so cool.
But it was just, I remember it was so refreshing to talk with somebody like-minded, like in the music world, because, I mean, especially when you go to like music school, like it's kind of a little bit taboo, or like people
there aren't a lot of us.
No, there's not a lot of us.
Yeah.
And like when you talk about it, people kind of cringe a little bit, so it was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It was so nice to have somebody that you could just like...
share the vision.
Yeah.
That is so true. So we met actually 2 years ago before I started my YouTube channel. You were at maybe 6,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah, exactly.
We met up, ate some falafel in like the city center, and we just talked about content. And I was like, well, I'm starting to think about that. I want to make content, and like, so we actually met up to talk about content because I knew that Johannes was doing content. So we actually just talked about content, and we talked about like the vision. You were like, doing this is very good because, like, similar to the stuff you talked about now.
Yeah.
You already had that vision.
Yeah.
And that inspired me so much. So basically, one thing that you can try if you're interested in like starting content, find like-minded people.
Yeah.
Especially at the start. Like, are there other people that you know that want to do content? Are there other people that you maybe in your school or whatever you do that does content? Go talk to them. Ask them.
Yeah.
Because finding people that are like-minded and want to do the same thing is like one of the best things, and in life in general.
Yeah. You learn so much more from each other. Like, if you can learn from other people's mistake, then you don't have to make them yourself. So you're just gonna get to where you want to be so much faster.
And you can also collab.
Exactly.
And do stuff together. And that is the same story as for Teddy, the cameraman here.
Yeah.
We also met at just our my extra job that I have. So I work in a clothing store.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And I just met Teddy for like we were working together and we just talked about what we do, and then instantly it was like, wait, we share kind of the same vision. And it was like, and then we started working together, and lo and behold, we've done some great things on YouTube, in my opinion, and we've grown so much because of that. And that is because you're stronger when you're together with someone.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same way if you're interested in whatever it is. Just find support from others, collab with others, try to work with other people. You're stronger when you're like in a symbiosis of more people.
100%.
Like, and that is something that I would say to my younger self too. And yeah, thank you so much, man.
Well, it's a pleasure, man.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, so this was really fun.
Yeah.
We just filmed like
3 videos.
3 videos. So we were actually, the plan was to film like 2 videos, I think.
Yeah, 2, yeah.
Even, but we talked so much, it just became so much content that we have to like cut it up in multiple videos.
I think almost, will become like 4 videos.
I think it's 4 videos, right?
Yeah, 4 videos.
And that is amazing. It's been such a pleasure, I must say.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's been so much fun.
I mean, it's just not only for the people out there, but like personally, I think I've gained so much like inspiration, and it was just so much fun.
Yeah, I mean, likewise, and it was really nice. I've been watching your videos. It was really nice to see how it looks behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of getting pumped up to like try and start making long form content by myself. I just need to figure out the format, how I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
But like this was so much fun. I felt like it was more organic. When you do short form, it's all, you need to plan every single second.
Right.
Now we just filmed and we talked. It was refreshing.
So amazing. And as I said, you should definitely follow Johannes on Instagram and also his YouTube channel. Let's get his YouTube channel going. And so nice.
Yeah, that's a wrap, I think. Yeah.
So basically now we're going to just clean up a bit in this room. We've done a hell of a good job. We've been here for multiple hours.
Yeah.
Teddy is tired too, but so we're gonna just clean up, and that's it. So I'll see you soon. All right, so this was a beautiful recording. We've done so much content, and now we're all hungry.
Yep.
So Johannes, I think you're gonna go home and eat some nice food right now, right?
Yeah, there's a big pizza or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot done today, like 4 videos or something like that. That's crazy.
4 videos. So grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, man. And yeah, let's do this again soon.
100%. So we might do some more content like on his Instagram next time. So stay tuned on that. As I said, follow him on Instagram, on YouTube. All the links will be down below. Thanks so much, man.
Thank you, man. Take care.
I'll see you. Take care.
Take care, man. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So as I said, this was a really fun day of recording. So thank you so much for staying around. And if you want to transform your playing, get Improvisation Made Simple in the description below. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourself. GuitArmin out.